Pesh Zoo in Romania had always been a place where people came to feel a connection with nature. Families strolled through the winding paths, children giggled at the playful monkeys, and couples admired the majestic lions and tigers. The zoo had become a fixture in the community, a place where the wild felt close yet safe, behind secure enclosures. Among the staff, there was a sense of pride in maintaining a space where both animals and visitors could coexist peacefully. One of the longtime employees was a 52-year-old janitor, a man whose quiet dedication to his work earned him respect from his colleagues. He wasn't the most talkative, but everyone knew he took his job seriously. Cleaning enclosures was not just a duty to him. It was a routine he had performed hundreds of times without incident. Working at the zoo for many years, he had come to know the rhythms of the animals, their moods, their routines, their personalities. The tiger enclosure, one of the most impressive exhibits at the zoo, was a highlight for many visitors. The tigers were magnificent, massive, powerful creatures that moved with a grace that belied their raw strength. The janitor had worked around them for years. He knew how to approach the task with caution, following the protocols drilled into him since his first day on the job. On that December day, the zoo was bustling as usual. Children's laughter mixed with the occasional roar from the lion's den. The air was crisp, with winter creeping in, and the animals seemed more active than usual, pacing in their enclosures. The janitor moved from one exhibit to the next, performing his usual cleaning routine. Finally, it was time to tackle the tiger enclosure. As always, before entering, he was supposed to secure the safety door, the one barrier between him and the massive animal inside. This door was crucial. It separated the public area from the space where the tiger roamed freely. The protocol was clear: lock the door before entering. The janitor knew this as well as anyone. Yet, in what would prove to be a catastrophic mistake, the door remained unsecured. Some say it might have been fatigue. Others speculate that he may have been distracted, thinking about the upcoming holidays, or perhaps simply moving on autopilot, as people often do when performing repetitive tasks. Whatever the reason, the door was left unlatched. With a broom in hand and his cleaning supplies at his feet, the janitor stepped into the enclosure, oblivious to the danger that was quietly approaching from behind. The tiger, an enormous male with a striking coat and piercing eyes, noticed the open door. Perhaps curious, perhaps seeing the man as an intruder, the animal slipped through and into the cleaning area. The janitor didn't notice at first, focused on scrubbing a stubborn stain from the floor. Then, in an instant, the animal was upon him. The tiger's instincts took over, and it lunged. There was no time for the janitor to react, no chance to shout for help. The animal bit down on the man's head, its powerful jaws crushing and tearing. The attack was swift and brutal, the kind of violence that nature, in its purest form, sometimes displays without warning. Nearby, another staff member heard the noise. A muffled scream cut short. At first, they couldn't comprehend what had happened. But as they approached and saw the scene, panic erupted. Someone shouted for help, and zoo visitors, sensing something was wrong, began to gather. Staff members quickly moved to secure the area, urging people to move away while desperately calling for emergency services. The zoo's emergency protocol was triggered. Alarms blared, and the staff tried to coax the tiger back into a secured area, but the animal, now agitated, was reluctant to move. Paramedics arrived within minutes, but it was too late. The janitor's injuries were too severe, and there was nothing they could do. His body lay motionless on the cold ground, surrounded by shocked colleagues. The entire zoo was locked down. Visitors were escorted out, many of them confused and worried. News of the incident spread quickly through the local community and beyond. As the story made headlines, people were horrified. How could such a tragedy happen in a place known for its safety standards? The zoo management, deeply shaken, issued a statement expressing their condolences to the janitor's family. They vowed to investigate how such a fatal oversight could occur. Investigators from both the zoo and local authorities examined the enclosure, scrutinizing the security measures and questioning the staff. In the days that followed, the community mourned the loss. Colleagues shared memories of the janitor, a quiet, hard-working man who had dedicated his life to the zoo. Some blamed the management for not ensuring better safety checks, while others questioned whether complacency had set in after so many years without incident. Animal rights activists weighed in as well, arguing that wild animals, no matter how well managed, remain unpredictable and dangerous. They highlighted that no amount of training or familiarity could ever fully eliminate the risks when working so closely with predators. Some even questioned the ethics of keeping such large, powerful animals in captivity, suggesting that tragedies like this are inevitable. For weeks, discussions continued both in the media and among the public. Should the zoo have better safeguards? Should the staff undergo more frequent safety training? Was the tiger at fault, or was it simply acting on instinct, protecting its territory from what it perceived as an intruder? Meanwhile, the zoo remained partially closed as investigators completed their work. The tiger itself, once a star attraction, became the center of controversy. Some called for the animal to be euthanized, fearing it might pose a continued threat, while others argued that the tiger was merely being a tiger, responding as nature intended. Months after the incident, Pesh Zoo announced new safety protocols. The door-locking mechanisms were upgraded to include automatic latches that engage once closed, minimizing human error. Staff training was intensified, with daily checks to ensure safety measures were consistently followed. But for those who knew the janitor, no amount of procedural change could erase the memory of that tragic day. His death became a cautionary tale, a stark reminder that in the world of wildlife care, even one small mistake can have irreversible consequences. The zoo continues to operate, its visitors once again smiling at the animals, but the shadow of that day lingers. A quiet, solemn presence that serves as a reminder of the dangers that lie just beyond the bars.